Welcome back, everyone. So today I will be talking about three-source style. It's something that's going to be added to Grand Peace Online. I don't think Foyu confirmed it, but it's going to come because two-source style arrived. One-source style has been here, I think, since the beginning of the game, since the game exists. So three-source style is going to come here one day, and for that day, I think I know what the moves three-source style will have are. And first of all, there should be the same amount of actual moves as one source style and two source style, which is 5. Now, the thing is, there is something a bit different, which is going to be some kind of transformation, a bit like Demon Step for Blackleg, which is this, where you can see all the moves change and stuff. But I don't really count this as a move, because normally fighting styles have like 5 moves. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Geppo and the block. The block is really not a move. Geppo, you can debate about that, but it's not really a move that does damage or anything. Each fighting style has about 5 moves. Blackleg is an exception with the transformation move. And I think 3-source style will have a transformation move too. Now, the first move for 3-source style, I think, is going to be 108 pound caliber, which is kind of logical because 1-source style and 2-source style had a pound caliber move, which is pretty basic, I would say, because first of all, 1-source style had 36 pound caliber and 2-source style had 72 pound caliber, so 3-source style will have 108 pound caliber. That is pretty straightforward. And in case you guys are wondering, this is what it looks like in the anime. Okay, so that is 108 pound caliber. In the anime, it's called 108 pound Phoenix, but Foyu decided to call it pound caliber for some reason. Anyway, on to the next move. For 2-source style and 1-source style, we had a barrage move. A barrage move is something that does many hits. For example, Desert Storm is a barrage move. Cutlass Frenzy is also a barrage move. And a better example actually is this. This is also a barrage move. For 1-source style it was Rapid Slashes, and for 2-source style it was Raging Whirl. And for 3-source style I think it will be Tatsumaki, which is Dragon Twister in English. And this is what it looks like. Now that, as you can see, is pretty busted. Well, first of all, it will be an easy combo extender, a bit like Desert Storm. Let's just find the civilian somewhere, because Desert Storm is a thing where you start a tornado and then you can, like, let's say I start a tornado here, I can walk around and everything, and Tatsumaki will be a bit the same, for pretty logical reasons. I'm just going to get up here. But First of all, Tatsumaki will look a bit like Desert Storm in the way that it's like a tornado, because Dragon Twister is a tornado, and Desert Storm also is a tornado, like that, for example. It spins, you know. Now, the third move for Two Sword Style was a counter move. A counter move is pretty self-explanatory, but it's like when you use the counter move, it's active for like a second or two, and if you get attacked during that time, you will kind of teleport to the person who attacked you, and you will deal some damage. Otherwise, it won't do any damage. So, if it's not a counter move, because One Sword Style had an actual offensive move that did damage, it was not a counter move. And if that's the case for a Three Sword Style, then I think it will be Rokudo no Tsuji, which is this right here. Now that looks pretty powerful in the anime, but probably that Foyu will kind of nerf it a bit in the game, meaning it will not do insane damage, because Three Sword Style is probably going to be a bit busted like Two Sword Style, probably even more, because I mean it would make sense, because three swords are obviously better than two. So it will probably it will look cool, but it won't do huge damage if that's the Z move. Now, the pre-ultimate move, which is X move, for example, here you can see there are certain moves, and the move just before the ultimate, that's the X move. And this, I think, first of all, in One Sword Style, it was Shishi Sonson, which is a dash move, and a dash move is a bit like Rashomon Draw for Two Sword Style. You probably know what I mean, but it's where you like dash forward and deal some damage after you arrived where you will end up after the dash. And I think it will be Rengoku Onigiri, which is this right here. Now, that, as you can see, is obviously a dash move, a bit like Shishi Sonson or Rashomon Draw, except that this time it is with Three Sword Style. That's basically the only difference, actually. Now, for the ultimate move, I think it's going to be Ichidai Sanzen Daisen Sekai, which is something that Zoro uses pretty far in the anime, but that's not really a problem, because in the Two Sword Style moves, we had well, in the anime it's called Tower Climb Ripple. In the game it was not Tower Climb, because that was something else, but in the game it was Nitoryu Strike, and that is also a move that was pretty far in the anime, so that's not going to be a problem, just in case you're wondering. And this is what it looks like. Now, that is it basically for the first part of the Three Sword Style moves, because my first part is, as I said earlier, there will be a transformation move. I can almost guarantee this, because 3-star style is probably going to be the last sword style in the game, and it would make sense that it's busted. For example, um, I don't really have an example, but for example, Blackleg's transformation is already pretty busted. It has really strong moves and stuff. Oops. And 3-star style probably, maybe it won't have the transformation immediately when it comes out, but at some point it has to get this transformation because it is in the anime, and Foyu obviously based the game on the anime, so it has to have it, you know. So this transformation is Ashura, and the first time we saw it in the anime was in Enya's lobby against Kaku, which is what I'm going to show you right now. Now, that looks cool and everything, and it's going to look very cool in the game too. And it is possible to do such a thing with games like Roblox and stuff. I mean, if you can make your leg look like this, he can create a triple of the body and do that stuff. So it is possible. It's not complicated or anything. It is very possible. Now, the first move, the E move for that demon transformation, because as you can notice, the moves with demon transformation are different from the normal moves that Blackleg has, and it will be the same with 3-star style. So the first move is going to be Ichibugin, which comes just a little bit after this transformation that I just showed you, and this is what it looks like. Now, that was the first move. It looks very strong in the anime, but of course it's a first move, so it will maybe do damage. I would say around maximum 100 damage, probably a bit less in the game, but it won't be like a ultimate move that any other fruit or fighting style has, so it won't be that powerful. It will be strong though. Now, the next move is Ashura Makyusen, and this is going to be again a barrage move like Tatsumaki and Raging Whirl and all those other moves, and this is what it looks like in the anime. Now, that looks strong, and as you can see, because Zoro had 9 swords, he spinned once and did 9 hits. Now, in the game, it will probably be more than once because The idea of a barrage move is that you hold the thing and it spins several times. Now, Raging Whirl spins exactly 9.5 times. It won't be as much for this, because obviously this is much stronger. And since one spin does 9 hits, it cannot be as much as Raging Whirl. I mean, that would be 90 hits, and for one move, that's really a lot. So it won't be that much. I would say it's about maybe twice, maybe 3 times. So that's for the R move. Now, the Z move has to be a counter move. It cannot be anything else, unless Foyu invents his own Ashura move, but I doubt he will do that. Because in the anime and in all of One Piece in general, there is only 4 Ashura moves right now. So since the moveset will have 5 moves, he can create a new move, but that's very unlikely. So it will probably be a counter move. For the pre-ultimate move, the X move, this will again be a dash move, and it is Ashura Ugui, and this is what it looks like. Now, the ultimate move is going to be much stronger than probably most of the moves that currently exist in the game, which means there will be other things that will also be very strong that will be added. I'm going to talk about one in my other videos. I will put the link in the comments when I make it. And that is going to be Ashura Moya no Tawamure, which means Farce of the Dead. And this move does not exist yet in the anime, it only exists in the manga, and it has not even come out in the books yet, it's only online. So I'm going to show you a picture of what it looks like. So this is what it looks like, and okay, it looks like a dash move because in this page right here, Zoro is in front of Kaido, and in this page here, in this image, he's behind him. So it is kind of a dash move, but that's not a problem because in, for example, Two Sword Style, we had 2 so-called dash moves. We had Rashomon Draw, which was a true dash move, and we had Nitoryu Strike, which was kind of a dash move because it was grabbing the player on the way. And this is going to be a bit like Nitoryu Strike in that way. I'm guessing that the player will jump and it will grab the player. Same thing for Ichidai Sanzen Daisen Sekai that I mentioned before. But it's going to be pretty busted. I'm guessing it will do around 300 or 400 damage, and obviously it's one hit. It's not more than one hit. It's just one. And it will do 300 damage or 400 damage with, I would say, 600 or 700 stat points in Sword. So that is pretty busted. Now, this is pretty much everything that I think will be in 3 Sword Style. There could be other moves, because for example, okay, this is not a great example, but it looks here that it looks like that there are a lot of moves here because there's Skywalk and the block move. But those are not really moves, they're actually just 6 moves. If you count, there's B-Shot, Collier, Concasseur, and these 3 moves. Now, it will be a bit like this for 3 Sword Style, because as I said, there will be a transformation move, and I can really guarantee this. But in case you're wondering, 3 Sword Style will probably come in update 6 or 7. Update 5 is probably going to be somewhere in December, probably around Christmas. And that's when they're going to add Moshi Moshi no Mi, which is the dodo fruit that Katakuri has in the anime. And 3 Sword Style is probably going to come in a later update because first of all, Two Sword Style came in update 4, which is the current update, and One Sword Style has been here since the beginning, so it took quite a bit of time to get added in the game. So there's no rush really. But anyway, this is about it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask what you want in the comments. And thank you for watching.